Swinging a drive. Get up, bar. He's done it again. A two-run shot in the first.
Welcome back, team. The season is on the brink. Thanks for joining us, and we hope you take something from this show. If you do, please give us a little like and subscribe to our channel, and we hope to keep bringing you more Jays talk in the future. So today, we're chatting about the season on the brink. The Jays are at, what are we at, 17-20 now?
17-20.
It's been really rocky the last week and a half, 2 weeks. We've lost a lot. I think we've lost, what is it? I'll figure it out.
It's 10 of the last 14 games.
10 out of 14. Yeah, 10 out of the last 14. Yeah. So it's been tough. And as we've watched the losses pile up, we've started thinking, what do we do here? Is this season lost already? When do we decide if the season's lost? Can we resurrect the season? All of these questions are swirling from a once very optimistic outlook. All of a sudden, we have to start asking ourselves, are we buyers or are we sellers? If we are sellers, when do we make that call and say we're actually sellers? There's no chance this season is a write-off. And if we're not, what buying can we do, and when should we make those moves? So let's start with the buying first. I think I think I'll throw this to you, Logan. What would tell you to buy right now? And if you were going to buy right now, who are you looking at? What do you want to upgrade with a buy?
So that's the biggest question: is what, who, where. I think now is the time. If we're buyers, it's now. Like, you look at the Padres and how they acquired Luis Arias this week, and there's a few other transactions that have happened. Robbie Grossman just went from the Sox to Texas. I think it's a good time. It's a good time. We're not too far back. We're only 4 games back out of a wild card spot. That's not the end of the season for a quarter of the way through, right?
Correct.
Like, so we have 0 chance of winning the division, but I think we kind of knew that before the season started. So we've been fighting for a wild card spot anyway. I think if we get on this like Marlins fire sale train and maybe find somebody out of there, or the White Sox are starting it too, like, there's teams ready to go. We just played one of them. I'm pretty sure Washington would trade anybody we asked them for. It's just a matter of, like you asked, what do we address first? Because we need some bats. But right now, that bullpen is just scary.
That's a really good point, actually. We're not scoring runs, but when we do score runs, our starters can only do so much unless they play the entire game. We're coughing up leads late in games with a bullpen that was last year like tops in the league. Where I don't know if they were tops, but they were one of the best bullpens in the league last year. And all of a sudden,
started off this season pretty well too, and
most of the same guys too, right? So it's
yeah.
What I'm not sure.
It's almost all the same guys. Like,
yeah.
Chad Green's injured again, right? So he's not there. So other than that, it's the same guys. And the question is like, is this a year for like make or break? Like, do we go for a run at the playoffs with a team that we've got for literally like the rest of the season? Like, go get a bunch of rentals, but they're like 3/4 season rentals instead of trade deadline rentals, and make an absolute run for it? Or do you just ride it out and then just sell at the deadline if we are completely out?
Yeah, well, so I think that we're gonna make the decision to sell long before the deadline. If things keep going the way they're going, we've crunched a couple of the numbers here. So the Jays we're sitting at a .457 winning percentage. And if you take the same .457 winning percentage and go through May, winning the same rate, then you need to, what do you got? You're 26-31 in your first 57 games, which, okay, you're 5 games under 500. It doesn't seem like it's that bad. Except every month that goes by that you haven't made up ground, you have to do that much better in the remaining time. So in the final 105 games of the season, in that situation, we would need to go 64 and 41. We would somehow need to be 23 games over 500 to get to 90 wins, the
Yeah.
baseline of 90 wins. AL East, you're like, I don't know, like that's sort of like a number, right? So
Yeah.
you're looking at a winning percentage of 610 for the entire rest of the season if you do the same as you've done all May. I honestly think that, and if you look at the Blue Jays history, only one season in Blue Jays history, 1985, did the Blue Jays end up above 600 as a winning percentage for the season. Our franchise winning percentage, lifetime, is 49.9%. So all of these sort of numbers, I'm looking at that and I'm saying like how, so on 4 months of baseball, we're supposed to win at a 61% rate with the team we have that had just been winning at 45% rate for the preceding 2 months. And we're supposed to just expect them to suddenly win 61% of the games for the remaining 105 games of the year to get to 90 and give ourselves a chance to the playoffs. When you look at it like that, it really feels like the end of May, if you're still kind of struggling along the way you've been struggling, the end of May kind of looks to me like a time when you can really honestly tell yourself, we probably don't have it this year.
Yeah.
I think so.
I
June
think so too.
1st, June 1st, you can say you're a seller if things don't improve. You know, let's say it's a caveat. You got to give it the caveat if things don't improve
If things don't improve, right?
in May.
So that's the thing. So here's the hardest part about it is, if we're buyers, it has to start now.
Now,
So you have to make that decision right now.
yeah, I mean,
There's teams that are sellers. Like we said, they're out there. White Sox, go knock down their door. They've got good talent.
They should be spending to keep up because we don't have the sexy prospects and we don't have the sexy free agents. And what do we have? Like you assembled one of the
Well, and
best
even
rotations.
like if you got a trade, like there's some good trade prospects out there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you were about to say you assembled one of the best rotations ever, and we've done nothing with the
you do
lineup
nothing.
around
So
it.
why spend all that money on pitching if you don't want to be competitive? I think what Atkins needs to do is a little bit of the ego out of it and say, look, like I was really hoping that we were going to get the best of everybody all at the same time. That did not happen. And if you keep expecting, now the law of averages is going to kick in, and at some point soon it's going to happen, then just go beat your head against the wall because you made the wrong call, Atkins, to do what you did in the off season, and you got to fix it. So, like Logan said,
and
fix it.
I would blow it all up, like change a bunch of stuff. Don't just make one guy move down or move Varsho up. Like just blow the whole thing up. Get Ernie Clement leading off. Get Schneider hitting fourth. Like,
Yeah,
do some crazy stuff.
yeah,
Shake the tree a little bit.
yeah. Like let the guys know that their spots are not guaranteed, and
Nobody is
I don't care.
playing well enough that they have a guaranteed spot.
Exactly.
Like you just can't.
Yeah.
You can't give anybody that.
I mean, Jano is hitting so much better than Kirk that's about the only one that'd be like his bat's got to be in the lineup.
And they're doing that finally. And Schneider, they're getting him more ABs because his bat's been good. Like, you got to ride the hot hand. That's basically all you can do in this.
Well, then no more of this bullshit where a guy gets a home run in a game and doesn't start the next game.
day. Yeah,
Dudes,
like
I don't care about your fucking matchups, man.
Yeah,
like
I don't
tell
care
the
what your analytics say. Like,
off. Like, I get it. Every now and then you feel like you got a favorable matchup. You don't need to do that for absolutely every single thing. It is not proving itself out.
It is if anything, it's proving itself to not work out for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, or maybe we just have analytics people that don't know how to analyze.
Playoffs. You know, like I just think these, like I think you've said it a bunch of times, and you're totally right. They need to just fire the entire analytics department and start again with maybe some like baseball people
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah. I
Maybe
don't know.
even just analytic guys that watch the games.
Yeah. Yeah. Exact 100%, man. Just let baseball be like, let the baseball decisions be made by baseball people that have been in the game and watched the game for decades.
Like I get it. The numbers are percentages and stuff though, right? Like, and with a guy like Snyder who's in his second season, Varsho who's also very young, the numbers are not set yet.
No.
You can't expect the numbers to be what they are. Like there's gonna be anomalies. They're gonna figure things out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want the management to start watching some games and making decisions from what they see instead of see on the
100%.
field instead of what they see in the box score.
Yeah. Yeah. Are we buyers? Are we sellers? Well, we're gonna know if we're sellers potentially pretty quick. I mean, I think
If they don't start buying now,
if you
we'll
don't
know
buy
in 2
now,
weeks that we're sellers.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. 100%. We're like, there's no reason to think that suddenly we're gonna be, we're gonna do the magical, we're gonna be better, that
Mhm.
we keep hearing, because well, you're 40 games in, and that's a quarter of the season, and we kind of know what your team is. You know who's having a good year, who's having a bad year. Some guys are going to turn it on for a bit, but so you're going to know if you're a buyer or a seller, and you should make the moves now. I mean, trade deadline's not till July, end of July or start of
Trade
July.
deadline's like
I don't
July
know.
31st, something like that.
Yeah,
It's after the All-Star break. It's after everything. But like, I just think we need to
that
get on it.
that trade deadline is for, like, if you're like Baltimore or New York and you're hammering on it this year, and you're like, okay, let's like bring in the like big hitter for the playoffs.
Like, it's like college kids that have like 6 months to do a project and then they like do it in the last month. We don't need to do it in the last month. Let's do it now.
Let's do it now. Yeah.
Let's do it now so that like we have time to fix it.
Yeah.
Like we could do it now, make a bunch of trades, and then if shit still goes south, trade them all off at the All-Star break or at the trade deadline.
You could still be a seller again.
Be a seller.
You could be a buyer and a seller in the same season.
Exactly. Yeah. So I just think like they need to get on it. They need to start making moves. They need to do something to shake the tree a little bit. Like even if it just starts with something as small as like DFAing Daniel Vogelback and bringing up Lucas. Like super minor, but it's
start shedding the pieces of the thing that isn't working.
Exactly.
Yep. I want to know how folks feel. If you watch,
let us know what you think, guys.
Yeah. If you watch this video and you have feelings about this team, please let us know. We would love to have this conversation in the comments, just to see what happens, because I want to see if anybody's got like a novel idea of what they need to do other than Schneider and Atkins. Like we talk about Schneider and Atkins
aside of fire. Well, clearly like, no one's getting fired, or that trigger would have been pulled already.
Give us your most creative fix for the Blue Jays. I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your best trade scenario? Thanks
for watching, and also don't forget to like and subscribe. I know I said at the start, but we could use your help.
Smash that like button.
Okay,
See you guys next time.
Yeah.
Go Jays. Peace.